Hello everyone and welcome to episode 11 of the Skyrim Let's Play series. I am considerably more awake than the last time I played this, and if I remember correctly, my past self left me in a situation. I distinctly remember I was like, oh hey, there's a bear, and then I was like, future me can deal with that, and now future me is here, and I don't really want to deal with it. Marcus, can you go deal with that bear? Think you're gonna deal with that? But I don't, is he gonna? Kinda looks like he might. Maybe the bear's friendly. It looks kind of friendly. Where are you walking to, Farkas? Hi. Oh no. It wants me gone. Oh my god, it's still looking at me. Alright, well, that was that's the bear dealt with. Honestly, not as much of a problem as I thought. Man, look at this game. Beautiful game. So last episode I left myself here and I was like, we're gonna start the main quest, and I will follow through with that promise. We're going to start the main quest today, starting by going up to Hrothgar. Now I actually might take a break in the middle of the main quest. I don't see myself going all the way through it right away, and that's mainly because I think at some point in the near future I'm gonna need to get some better weapons, because to be completely honest, Skyforged Steel, pretty good, but is it good enough to carry me, at level like 16? I'm probably going to reach level 20 pretty easily in the main quest. Is it enough to carry me through that? No, I don't think so. I think the swords are strong. Like, you can see they're doing 28 damage, but are they, like, really strong? No. I could probably pretty easily, at least right now, craft some orcish swords and probably get them up to like 30 plus damage, which is more than I currently have. But I'm a little bit lazy. I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is I'm going to get an artifact as soon as I find something. I'm being mysterious about it. I want to get Dawnbreaker from Meridia, and obviously to do that I need to get Meridia's Beacon first, which I have yet to get. I have yet to find it, probably because I haven't entered that many dungeons, admittedly. I've entered a few, but like none too frequently. It's honestly possible that I find it within the next episode or two, considering I'll be in a few dungeons in the near future. Yeah, but I want to find that for a few reasons. And I'll list them here. I know that I've been kind of indescript in the past about my reasons of getting certain things, but Dawnbreaker I think is good because it has the bonus damage to undead, which is going to be really good for when we do Dawnguard, which is probably what I plan to do next after the main quest. I don't know whether that's set in stone, whether I'm going to do that next or not. I have kind of a set order in mind of what I'm going to do, and the only real hint I'll give you beyond that Dawnguard one is I plan on doing the Dragonborn DLC last, so that's probably the only thing I have set in stone right now. I think, it'll all work out, but I wanted to get Dawnbreaker because, obviously, as I said, it's going to be good to have the ability to do that extra damage with that enchantment on Dawnbreaker. Plus, the enchantment on Dawnbreaker never runs out, as far as I know, which is really good. In fact, I might install a light artifact overhaul mod to fix one thing I don't like about Dawnbreaker, and that's the fact that it doesn't fall technically under the Daedric smithing perk. As far as I know, you can't actually improve it nearly as much as you can improve Daedric items and stuff, which is a little bit of a shame. It would be nice to be able to improve it. And then as for the other sword that I plan on getting, and something dangerous right there. As for the other sword I plan on getting that I'll use late in the game is probably the sword from the Cause quest, which I forget exactly what it's called, but it would be good to have. Alright, let's see what this frost troll is looking like. Oh, this isn't that bad. Good interference, Farkas. Farkas's regard for me is increased. You don't say. I love you too, Farkas. You know? Me and Farkas, we're two peas in a pod here, you know? I'm the brains, he's the brawn. If you get my, catch my drift. But then again, I'm also kind of the brawn. So I guess we're... I don't know. You know, I'm the brains, the brawn, and he's just the brawn. But he's kind of a Chad. Honestly, I think I might just have Farkas follow me around the whole game. It'd be kind of cool. Obviously, I planned on changing to Serana once I do Dawnguard. But, then again, I don't know. Farkas is kind of a Chad. I mean, if he keeps up with me. He doesn't seem very keen on following me right now. Oh, there he goes. Hey, Farkas. Onwards to the Greybeards. And this game is so good looking when you have mods installed. Like, just look off the side of this. It's beautiful. That's Bleak Falls Barrow right there. I've always loved the view from up on top of this mountain. Like, especially once you can get all the way up to the throat of the world in Parthenax, there's some crazy views. Like, look at what you can see, right? Like, from here, there's the Western Watchtower. It's kind of hard to see because of the, it's a bit snowy out. But Whiterun should be right down there. I wonder, like, how many landmarks you can actually see. I mean, I imagine as long as it has a LOD, you should be able to see it from up here. Trying to think. Obviously, okay, there's, like, ice over there. I was just trying to see if you can maybe see Solitude and stuff, but I'm not sure that you can. But, man, it just looks so good, doesn't it? Alright, there we go. High Hrothgar discovered. And let's go to this very snowy looking chest and place Klimek supplies in it. That'll net us a little bit of extra cash. And let's talk to the Greybeards. Now, I don't like the fact that that quest marker's outside. Actually, okay, never mind. I just didn't mark it. I was going to say, that is a bit concerning that the Greybeards are just outside for some reason. Hello.
So, a Dragonborn appears at this moment in the turning of the age.
At this moment, in the year of our Lord 2022, or what is this, 4th era, 3 something?
We will see if you truly have the gift. Show us, Dragonborn. Let us taste of your voice.
Oh, it doesn't. Ah, 4th era 201. Okay. Demonstrate my unrelenting force shout. Do I already have it equipped? I do.
Foos!
Foos!
I am Master Angir. I speak for the Greybeards. Now, tell me, Dragonborn, why have you come here?
I'm just answering your summons, bro.
We are honored to welcome a Dragonborn to High Hrothgar. We will do our best to teach you how to use your gift.
And I'll do my best to learn, I guess. What is my destiny?
That is for you to discover. We can show you the way, but not your destination.
Alright, I think I'm ready to learn then.
You have shown that you are Dragonborn. You have the inborn gift. But, do you have the discipline and temperament to follow the path laid out for you? That remains to be seen. Without training, you have already taken the first steps towards projecting your voice into a thum.
Cool looking picture.
Now let us see if you are willing and able to learn. When you shout, you speak in the language of dragons. Thus, your dragon blood gives you an inborn ability to learn words of power. All shouts are made up of 3 words of power. As you master each word, your shout will become progressively stronger. Master Einarth will now teach you Ro, the 2nd word in Unrelenting Force. Ro means balance in the dragon tongue. Combine it with Fus, force, to focus your thumb more sharply. Ro.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. This section of the game for me has always been a little bit of a snooze fest. I don't know, the Greybeards is just kind of boring, you know? Like, I just want to learn my shouts and get out of here, bro. Which I realize is exactly what they're testing right now. They're like, yes, we must test your discipline, and I'm over here being like, ugh, this is boring.
But learning a word of power is only the first step. You must unlock its meaning through constant practice in order to use it.
It's so funny to me that we can't actually do that.
Learn shouts. As Dragonborn,
I mean, like, I kind of get why, but it's just funny to me that they don't give you the option to, like, try to practice a shout instead of just using a dragon soul. But I guess there's no real point.
understanding of rope.
So, fun fact, and a fun little thing that you can do, I might show you guys this bug if I can reproduce it later. But there is a,
How quickly you can master your new thumb.
actually, you know what, I don't think I have it. Now that I think about it, I don't think I'll actually be able to do it. But there's a funny bug you can do, and I'll describe it, but obviously I can't really do it. Basically, when the Greybeards will teach you a word, right? How they do it is they teach you a word and then give you mastery of it, obviously, right? And then there's this funny little bug you can do. You should try it out some other time. If you get a word of power for Wold first, right? When they give you the knowledge
Again.
of the second word, right? Spend a dragon soul to upgrade it, and that will give you 2 words of power, right? Of Wold, and then when they absorb the knowledge to you, it automatically teaches you the 3rd word. So I don't know if I'm describing this very well, but the basic gist of it is that you can fully master Whirlwind Sprint as long as you have the 1st word there. Same with Fire Breath when you meet Parthenax later.
Your next trial in the courtyard. Follow Master Bori.
I'll try to show you guys that. Keep that in mind in the future episodes, because I'll try to demonstrate that with the Fire Breath shout. Obviously, I can't really right now because I don't have the 1st word of power for Whirlwind Sprint, and as far as I know, the way to get it is from.
You will now see how you learn
That was nice of you.
a new Master Bori will teach you
The way to get the 1st Whirlwind Sprint word is from.
You must hear
Okay,
the
let me see if I
word
can do it.
within yourself before you can project it into a thumb.
All right. There we go. So right, I learned the word of power right here. You can see I don't have it on. I don't have the knowledge unlocked yet. If I spend a dragon soul, unlock it. Right there we go. I have the first word.
Approach Master Bori, he will gift you his knowledge of now.
And there you go. Yeah, there you go. I have the first 2 words of power now. Now that's just kind of like, it's not even really an exploit. It's just kind of like a bug kind of thing where they'll give you an extra word if you do it. Marcus, are you meditating? I really didn't take you as the meditating type. Now, I think what it is, right, is that obviously
Then it will be your turn.
if you already know the 1st word of power for Wold, it's programmed for them to teach you Nah. But if you kind of like in the middle of it, upgrade and spend that dragon soul, it registers you as already knowing it.
Will open the gate. Use your whirlwind sprint to pass through before it closes.
Gotcha, Chief. There you go. Speak to Angier for further training.
Your quick mastery of a new thum is astonishing. I'd heard the stories of the abilities of Dragonborn, but to see it for myself.
Thank you. What's next?
You are now ready for your last trial. Retrieve the horn of Jürgen Windcaller, our founder, from his tomb in the ancient fane of Ostergraf.
Fane. That's an interesting word.
Remain true to the way of the voice, and you will return.
All right.
Wind guide.
All right. Well, now we need to go retrieve the horn of Jürgen Windcaller. Now, before I do that real fast, I'm gonna cut this out afterwards, but I want to go see about upgrading my swords because I think I'm honestly in due need of an upgrade.
You there. You're the one they call Dragonborn.
This is a this is a predicament. Yeah, I'm Dragonborn.
Your lies fall on deaf ears, deceiver. The true Dragonborn comes. You are but his shadow. When Lord Mirak appears, all shall bear witness. None shall stand to oppose
Thanks, Farkas. Also, I think a random guard helped me, which is nice. Alright, now I'm not actually going to read these orders yet, because obviously this is for a DLC, that being Dragonborn. Yeah, I'll go about doing that later. I honestly was not expecting this. I was just gonna upgrade my gear and, you know, have a good time, but I guess that was too much to ask for. Alright, well, I made some Nordic swords, and now I will say, they're not particularly that much better, and in fact I'm only going to use one of them because I don't really want to break my game, and I also can't upgrade it. But you know what, it's a little bit of an upgrade. That was the most side grade I've ever done in my life. I went from 29 to 32. You know, I'll take the extra 3 damage. Let's go up to Ustengrav, which is all the way above Morthal. So let's take the carriage to Morthal then. Alright, there we go. We've traveled to Morthal. Now let's begin our adventure to Ustengrav. Now Ustengrav should be a decently fast dungeon. I think the main threat is a mixture of mages and Draugr. And Draugr have never been too big of an issue. The mages might be a little bit of an issue, but with Farkas, I think we'll be pretty darn fine. Let's go, Farkas. Gonna discover this cave first. Is this Movarth's lair? This might be Movarth's lair. Yup.
A cave. Dark. Dangerous.
I really want to know. Okay, I don't want to go inside there. I really want to know what they were thinking when they wrote some of these lines, right? For Farkas, they were like, we need a voice line for him to say when he sees a cave. Oh, I know. Let's have him go, a cave. Dark. Dangerous. Like, man. Really thought hard with that one. Right, that was actually a pretty fast jaunt over to Ustengrav. Kill that mud crab. Get out of here. Ustengrav discovered. Right. Yeah, I was gonna say there should be mages over here as well. Jesus, Farkas, be careful. He like jumped in front of my sword. I don't want to kill you, Farkas. That's the last thing I want to do. Alright. Good job, Farkas. Good cleanup, good cleanup. Alright. Now the question is, can I do this dungeon in about 10 minutes? You know, I'm not sure, but I'm sure as hell going to try. Alright, here we go. Okay. Stop. You know what? Okay, I'm just gonna go kill you, I think. Okay, this sucks. Have I ever told you guys my absolute hatred of ice magic? I'm sure I have. But if, in case you don't remember, let me reiterate the fact. I despise ice magic. Ice magic is the worst thing that Bethesda has ever created in all of, literally anything. And the reason for that is that ice magic has a secondary effect of slowing you down when you're hit by it, which is just absolutely brutal and unnecessary on top of the stamina drain, right? And it leads to these really bad situations where you just get stuck and then just destroyed by the enemy. First one to die. Draugr's next. Taking down the mages, because let's be honest, I don't want to fight more mages. Ah, this guy's a mage too. Alright, there we go. Boom. Stop it. Alright, was that my one-handed that leveled up? Because if it was, I really want to get that perk. Alright, let's go. Aha. Gotta get the one-handed, does more damage. That takes me up to 37 and 32. That's
You've done well.
sizable upgrade. Thanks, Farkas. I'd like to think I've done well. You know, usually I would probably loot some of those urns, but let's be honest, without Prowler's Profit, I don't really need like the 6 septums that I'm gonna get per stab. Oh, fuck you. Cease. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Yeah, so I think I won't put like a set episode on it, but I'll try to, as soon as I get Meridia's Beacon, I'll go get Dawnbreaker. I think that's what I'll leave it at. Well, you know, while I'm walking, because there's going to be a bit of walking now to the rest of Usengrav, let's talk a little bit about other stuff I've seen on this channel. Obviously, I've gotten a little bit of recommendations when I've mentioned it in the past, but, you know, I figured I'd talk about it a little bit more. I was thinking maybe, and this is a hefty maybe, that when the new Pokemon game comes out, I might record some Pokemon. And I don't know how you guys feel about that. Obviously, I can do whatever I want, so if I wanted to record Pokemon, I can. But honestly, the new games look super good so far. Like, I'm really excited for them. This is the most I've been excited about a Pokemon game since probably X and Y. And it just looks so good. Like, the open world aspect, the ability to do whatever I want. It's just super good. My biggest complaint about the last few Pokemon games, and just generally Pokemon in the recent years, is it felt way too railroaded and way too hand-holdy with the story. Now, I don't actually mind the difficulty. I know one of people's biggest issues with Pokemon and like the current state of Pokemon is they don't really like the difficulty. They think it's too easy. But I personally am, I don't mind the games being a little bit easy, because I do, you know, they are kids games, they shouldn't be impossible. But my point is I think that they've been alright, right, in terms of difficulty. I do think X and Y is probably the most egregious in terms of difficulty. I think X and Y is probably the easiest. But you get my point. But I think especially like Sun and Moon, right? Sun and Moon, you can't walk 10 feet without another cutscene from the story taking place. And it happens like literally all the time. I've been trying to play Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon like just on my own time, but I've genuinely not been enjoying it, because every like literally every single minute I walk to a new area and boom, there's a cutscene, right? And that's just frustrating, because I think it turns me off, especially when the cutscenes are like 2+ minutes long and I just have to sit there spamming A to go through all the dialogue. It's kind of a bit of a bummer, you know? Let's go get this word wall. I don't really have a reason to go get this word wall, but might as well anyway, right? Yeah, but the new game is advertised as open world, and from what I've seen, they're trying to make it open world. Like, supposedly there's 3 main objectives in the game, which I think is to get all the badges, complete like the scavenger hunt type thing from the school, and then I forget what the last one is, but the base, like the gist of it is there's 3 main goals you can do, and you can do them in any order. The gyms scale with your Pokemon level instead of there being a set order of gyms, which I think is really fun and really interesting. And I'm just super excited for it. I don't know how many of you play Pokemon, but if you do play Pokemon, you know what, if you do play Pokemon, leave in the comments below what is your favorite Pokemon game, and are you excited for the new ones? The new one should come out in November, I think, so, you know, soon-ish, right? It's only like a month away. I would say my favorite Pokemon game for me is probably either X and Y or Black 2 and White 2. And the reason for that is, bruh, I definitely should have gotten through that. Alright, well, I think, okay, well, I can't wait because there's a fucking skeleton up here. Bruh moment. Yeah, X and Y were, I would say, my first, like, major games in terms of, like, doing them, right? They were the first games that I actively, not finished, because I did finish Black 2 and White 2, but those were the first games where I knew what I was doing, and I was, like, really actively enjoying it. And those were, like, the first games where I kind of started learning Pokemon, right, and getting into it. Now, Black 2 and White 2 were actually my first, like, actual games, right? I think the first Pokemon game I ever played was Soul Silver. The first one I finished was Black 2, and then the first one, like, I actively knew what I was doing and really enjoyed was X and Y. You know, I'm really excited to see what they can do, because I'm one of the people who didn't really mind Sword and Shield. I thought they were all right. Wow. That is wow. I agree. Hey, you know what? That's not bad. I asked if I could do this dungeon in 10 minutes, and I did it in almost exactly 10 minutes. Did it about 9. Dragonborn, I need to speak to you urgently. Rent the attic room in the Sleeping Giant Inn in Riverwood, and I'll meet you. A friend. Alright, well, that's that dungeon completed, and with a spooky twist, you know, we were supposed to have gotten the horn, but it looks like someone has beat us here. I have no idea how they got through all of the Draugr without being seen or whatever, but, you know, I guess they're just built different, whoever this mysterious person is. I'll take some of this. I do need the money a little bit. Get some septums. Man, imagine being such an influential family and dynasty that you have an entire currency named after you. You know? It would be like if in France, instead of calling the currency like francs, which I don't think they actually do anymore, I think they use euros, right? But like instead of having francs, imagine if they had like Louis, you know? Or Valois. Or Bourbon. I guess I have an alcohol named after them instead of well, I think it's a place, right? So it's like, what does it go? Was the place named after the family? Was the family named after the place? I think the family was named after the place. And the alcohol was named after the family? I don't know. That's besides the point. Alright, we're out of Ustengrav. Now, I'm not actually going to go to Riverwood just yet. I'm going to do that next episode. First, let's go check on the profits in our farm, see how much money we've made, and then we can call this episode here. I need to edit it and then get it out before 3, and then I might record another episode later on. Hello, yeah. Lydia.
I am your sword and your shield.
I'm here to collect the plantation's profits.
Very good, sir.
1,200. That's not half bad. That's, you know, that you need to keep in mind I've only actually been here for like a day, right? So pretty good, pretty good. Also, I realized that I planted all of these, like, cabbages. Can I? Okay, I can clear the planter. I actually do know how to level up alchemy pretty easily and pretty fast. So I might actually go about doing that in an episode or two, just for fun. Because I think doing alchemy could be a little bit of a fun experience. I don't know whether I'll do it right away. I might take, like, a little thing in between quest lines and then... you know, do something then. But that's it for today. If you enjoyed, make sure to drop a like, hit the sub button. I'm really enjoying the series so far. Next episode, we're going to see who took the horn from us and continue on. So, thank you all for watching. I will see you in the next video. Adios.